Before you even think about building a home in Helena, Alabama, or stepping foot into a new construction model home, there's some important things you need to know first. And no, I'm not talking about the usual talking points like Helena's a great place to live or new construction is in demand right now. I'm talking about the behind the scenes realities buyers usually don't fully understand until they're already deep into the process. These are details that can make buying new here feel smooth and straightforward, or it can turn into a costly learning experience. We just started the new year, and here's the truth. New construction opportunities in Helena, well, they're very limited. And when options are limited, expectations matter. I mean, if you don't have a clear picture of where homes are being built, what's actually available, and how pricing really works, it's easy to start the process with assumptions that don't line up with reality. So in this video, I'm walking you through a full breakdown of new construction in Helena, Alabama, where it's happening right now, what buyers are realistically paying, who this type of home tends to work best for, and who might want to consider other options instead. I'm Zach, a Birmingham-area real estate agent who helps buyers and relocators navigate markets like Helena, Pelham, Hoover, Alabaster, really anywhere around Birmingham every single week, especially when it comes to new construction and understanding what's actually happening on the ground. So let's get started. Very first thing that buyers are surprised by is this. Helena doesn't have a widespread new construction all over the city. Right now, if you're specifically looking for the production style new construction, single family homes, meaning a neighborhood with a builder, set floor plans, and available inventory, there's really only one primary option to know about. And that's Barimore, located right in Hillsborough area of Helena, built by Newcastle Homes. And it's important that you understand this up front, because a lot of buyers come into Helena expecting to feel like Pelham or Alabaster with multiple new neighborhoods spread across the city. That's just how Helena is built. Helena is more established, more residential, and more limited when it comes to available land, which is exactly why new construction here feels more concentrated and more competitive. Barimore is located in the Hillsborough area, which is one of the more established residential parts of Helena. You're close to schools, local amenities, and everyday conveniences, but you're still very much in the quieter suburban Helena environment that draws a lot of buyers here in the first place. So this isn't an ultra-dense development. It's not meant to feel like a massive master plan community. Instead, Barimore fits naturally into the surrounding area, which is a big reason buyers who already like Helena tend to gravitate towards it. And because this is currently the primary new construction option, inventory matters a lot here, which brings us to pricing. This is where expectations really need to be set correctly. Most new construction homes in Barimore are landing roughly in the low 400s up into the low 500s and beyond, depending on the floor plan, the lot, and the selections. That's a big range, and the reason it matters is because a lot of buyers start their search thinking, I want a new construction in Helena around X price. But once you factor in the floor plan availability, lot premiums, and upgrades, that number can shift quickly. You'll see homes with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and more efficient layouts, and you'll also see larger floor plans, 4 and 5 bedroom options with more square footage and more flexibility for families. The key thing to understand is that base pricing and final pricing are rarely the same thing in new construction. Now, there is another new construction option worth mentioning in Helena, especially if you're open to something different than a detached single-family home, and that's Deering Downs, which offers new construction townhomes rather than traditional houses. This is a completely different product than what you'll see in Barimore, so it's important to think about it right away. At Deering Downs, townhomes are typically priced between $315,000 and $325,000, with most layouts offering 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and right around 1,500 square feet of living space. Compared to single-family new construction in Helena, this is a lower price point and smaller footprint and more low-maintenance option. These homes are attached, so you're giving up yard space and privacy, but in exchange, you're getting a more manageable layout, less exterior upkeep, and easier entry point into new construction within Helena itself. This option tends to work well for buyers who want new construction without jumping into the 400s and 500s, a lower maintenance lifestyle, a simpler, more efficient floor plan, or a lock and leave option compared to larger homes. On the flip side, if you're looking for a large yard, extra separation from neighbors, or more square footage, townhomes like these probably won't be the right fit. And that's okay. The main takeaway here is that new construction in Helena isn't one size fits all. You've got single family homes in Barimore and townhome options like Deering Downs, and the right choice really comes down to budget, maintenance expectations, and how much space you actually want day to day. One of the biggest misunderstandings buyers have with new construction is assuming that the advertised price is the final number. In reality, pricing typically breaks down into a few different layers. You've got the base price of the floor plan, then you have a lot premium depending on where the home sits in the neighborhood, and then you have selection upgrades. Things like flooring, countertops, fixtures, layout tweaks, and even exterior finishes can move the price, sometimes more than buyers expect. And that doesn't mean new construction is a bad option. It just means you need to walk into the process understanding what's standard, what's optional, and what's non-negotiable before you fall in love with a number that doesn't reflect the full picture. Another thing buyers often underestimate is timeline. Some homes in Barimore may be quick move-in ready or already under construction. Others may require a longer build timeline depending on the stage of construction, which is typically about 6 months from start to finish. And the specific plan, this matters a lot if you're relocating, selling a home, or working around the school calendar. New construction timelines are not always a one-size-fits-all, and they can change based on demand, labor availability, and selections. That's why having realistic expectations from day one is critical. So, who does new construction in Helena actually work for? Well, the setup is great for buyers who want a newer home with modern layouts, prefer lower maintenance compared to older homes, like open living spaces and functional floor plans, want to be in Helena specifically, not just anywhere south of Birmingham. It's also a strong fit for families who want a space, consistency, and a neighborhood feel without going fully custom. At the same time, new construction in Helena may not be ideal if you're trying to stay under a tight budget, you want acreage or a fully custom built home, you need a very fast closing with no flexibility, or you're open to nearby cities where inventory is more abundant. In those cases, resale homes or even new construction in neighboring cities can sometimes provide more options at a smaller price point. This is one of the biggest decision points buyers face. With resale homes in Helena, you may get larger lots, more established landscaping, potentially lower price per square foot. With new construction, you're typically getting modern layouts, maybe some incentives from the builder, new systems and warranties, and less immediate maintenance. Neither is better across the board. It really just comes down to priorities. And this is where working through the numbers, timeline, and lifestyle goals together make a big difference. Because Helena has limited new construction, demand tends to be more concentrated. That means fewer options to choose from and less room to wait and see. And more importance placed on timing and preparation. Buyers who are pre-approved, informed, and decisive tend to have a much smoother experience than buyers who are still figuring things out while inventory moves. So before touring, I always encourage buyers to understand their true budget range. Know what features are must-haves versus nice-to-haves. Be realistic about timeline, and compare new construction side by side with resale options. That way, when you're walking into a new home, you're evaluating it clearly, not emotionally. In closing, new construction in Helena can be a great option if it fits your situation. But because options are limited, pricing varies, and timelines matter, this isn't a market where you just want to wing it. If you're considering new construction in Helena, whether that's Barimore, Deering Downs, or comparing those options to resale homes nearby, I'm happy to help you walk through what's available, what makes sense financially, and how to approach the process without surprises. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you subscribe below because I'll be diving deeper into specific floor plans, spec home tours, and comparisons next. And if you're ready to talk through all of your options, call the number on the screen or click the link in the description to set up a free strategy call. I'll see you in the next video.